What's the best video game ever created? Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Red Dead Redemption 2. Chrono Trigger has my vote. Final Fantasy VII The original has held the top spot pretty much my whole life. I don't know about best of all time, but Kingdom Come 2 nudged its way into my top 5 as well. KOTOR's still my fave. I never even watched a Star Wars movie before I played it, and it got me into the whole universe. The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. It's Elden Ring for me. Factorio, you can play for 2K plus hours and still have stuff to do. More old school, WoW and RuneScape. GTA San Andreas and Vice City. Morrowind, but probably only because of nostalgia. The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Super Mario Bros. It saved the video game industry and has influenced fundamental game design since it was released through present day. Mass Effect, Legendary Edition. Tetris. It's so deceptively simple that you can't find a single bad thing about it. Also, it's the most sold game of all time. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, it's a prescient piece of postmodern art. Zelda Ocarina of Time. Symphony of the Night. Zelda Breath of the Wild. Elden Ring. I don't care if it's relatively new, still it's peak gameplay, peak world building, peak difficulty, peak atmosphere, peak replayability. The music is like an 8.5 out of 10. They didn't quite get Hans Zimmer or John Williams, but come on, it's just untouchable. Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. Grand Theft Auto IV. The storytelling is more like a movie than a video game. I just love everything about it. The theme, the characters, the setting. The depth of the characters also. My vote, guys, to Witcher 3. I have never felt so sad to finish a game. Titanfall 2 is my FPS, favorite third-personal action/shooter is Control. The story and gameplay is so well done. Journey is pure art to me. I don't think this is objectively the best or anything, but there are very few things I dislike about Cyberpunk 2077. Sid Meier's Civilization, just one more turn. India declares war. Tetris is the only answer. Vanilla WoW blows away everything else. Red Dead Redemption 2. And the extra ending. Nostalgia, but nothing has captured what Halo 3 was in gaming. This is an easy one. Tetris. Kerbal Space Program. I've got most hours logged in this open-world RPG called MS PowerPoint. You have to use your imagination a bunch, and just make stuff up with no basis in reality. I even turned pro and make a living with this game. That aside, hot take. Skyrim. Yes, it is riddled with faults and bugs and rushed stuff that doesn't make sense. Somehow they hit the jackpot in immersion, however, in a way that most other games can only dream of. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. RimWorld, because I want to make cowboy hats, smiley face. For me, it's have to either be Cyberpunk 2077 or Baldur's Gate 3. It depends on what you're looking for, but I love Metroid Prime. Red Dead Redemption 2. I finished it months ago and still think about Arthur riding through the mountains at sunset. No other game made me just stop and sit there. Borderlands 2. Or Windrose. Unreal. It set the standard for first-person shooters. Commander Keen 4. I am Old Dean. Yes. Cyberpunk is pretty amazing. It's easily Cyberpunk 2077. There is no game aside from RDR2 that compares to the world building, gameplay, and attention to detail. Cyberpunk 2077 in its current form is truly amazing. Incredibly immersive. Shadow of the Colossus. Inget Spelhar beroort mig lika mycket som Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. Bioshock, Batman Arkham City, Skate 3. Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Tetris. It came out in 1984 and people are still speedrunning it on live streams. Nothing else even comes close to that kind of shelf life. I will never forget the feeling of driving a car freely anywhere I wanted in GTA Vice City and San Andreas. I was so used to limited space and linearity that I felt so shocked and excited to get I can go off track to basically anywhere I want. This sense of freedom was huge for me. Video game? Probably World of Warcraft. It single-handedly changed the whole video game landscape on a generational and global level. So much so that it affected pop culture as we know it today. No other game in recent times has done the same. It's in the legendary level of Mario and Pokémon. Pong. The beginning. Genesis. Without it none of the others would exist. Star Control 2, of course. Quake, not seeing much love for it here, but this game laid a lot of the bedrock for modern gaming. The original Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm goin' with Mega Man 2. Baldur's Gate 2. Hands down. Knights of the Old Republic. Ultima Online was groundbreaking. If they could recreate that experience it would be phenomenal. Made friends for life. The best video game ever created is probably the one that made you forget to eat, ignore your responsibilities, and somehow turn a quick 30-minute session into an all-night adventure. Everyone has a different answer, but we all know that game. Halo 3 made a bigger splash globally than anything else I've ever witnessed, and I've been playing games since Sega's Cool Spot. Kingdom Hearts 2, on top of several others. Dig Dug. He digs, he dugged. Probably Ocarina of Time, Fallout 2 and 1 are both great games with a storyline that is changed by players' action . Jurassic Park Operation Genesis is my personal favorite. Played it as a kid every weekend in elementary school. My mom would rent it from the local movie store for me. Store went out of business and my dad and I managed to track down a copy. Genuinely one of my prized possessions. Untold hours just watching dinosaurs and building a park as a kid with untapped creativity and imagination. Can't get it back. A lot mention of Ocarina of Time as it is one of the best Zelda games. Played the GBA and Switch but never the N64 Zelda games. I've been hearing a remake is coming to the Switch too and I hope it's good. Command & Conquer Red Alert. Battlefield 1942. Not the best, but a game that doesn't get mentioned enough is Manhunt. I was 13 when that game came out and playing that at night solo was absolutely nerve-wracking. We all joke about it because of how many times it's been re-released on different platforms now, but when it originally came out. Skyrim. I have never fallen so deeply into a world. Old school, RuneScape. Personally. Bloodborne. Objectively. Tetris. Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis is the best game ever made. For me it's Witcher 3, CP 2077, Kingdoms Come Deliverance 2 and RDR2. Can't choose between them. Zelda, A Link to the Past. Diablo 2, playing this online back in the day, low-level duels. Hunting Uber Diablo. Grinding for awesome rune words and elite uniques, peak entertainment. Super Smash Bros. Melee.